Welcome to Illuminations, a program of study designed to guide you through the basic tools one needs to become a better painter. We intend to shed light on the theories, tools, and techniques that provide this foundation. Many of the subjects we'll explore seem to confuse even experienced painters when they're trying to do everything at once. Every stroke applied to a painting must exhibit the knowledge of composition, color, value, edge, linear, and aerial perspective. That's a tall order for a beginner, yet that's exactly what many try to do when they start painting. Actually, all these concepts are simple to understand when they're studied out of the context of trying to execute a painting. Join me for the entire Illuminations series for a good basic introduction to the theory, tools, methods, and techniques every painter can use.
Let's move on to other critical measurements that will determine not only her individual likeness, but her similarities to everyone else in the human race. The eyes are located in the middle third at a very particular place. If we divided the mass in the center of the face into 3 equal vertical parts, we'd find that the eyes fall on the upper third within that mass. For those persons whose eyes do not conform to this placement and are located either lower or higher, they have extremely distinctive features and would be standouts in a crowd. Locate the eye line by drawing a line which passes through the inside corners of the eyes to the outside of the face. The pupil of the eye is usually above this line. The nose is also located in the middle third and has a unique position within that mass. The average measurement for the width of the nose is the distance between the eyes from inside corner to inside corner. Just drop a straight line down from the corners to find if the nose is to be classified as wide or narrow. The width of this model's nose conforms exactly to the average. Notice that I don't draw a dark line across the bottom of the eye. That's a mistake that many beginning painters make, is to draw that line under the eye. I like to get just a little tonal value because that'll give you the sense that the eye is setting into the eye socket without making a harsh line. The next thing I like to do is establish the placement of the eyebrow. The eyebrow generally starts right above the corner of the inside corner of the eye. And rather than trying to get exact shapes at this point, I'm really more concerned with widths, lengths, and placement of the features. Here I'm dividing that lower third into thirds, and I'm placing the center line of the mouth on that upper third. Now the corners of her mouth drop just a tiny bit below that lower third, and if you'll remember, the corners of the mouth didn't extend quite under the pupils of the eye, so I've got to be sure that I make that mouth a little bit narrower than the width of the eyes. A drawing differs from a painting in that you have to use the complete value range in order to create the illusion of form. If we were using colors with our paints, then we would have the opportunity to use warm and cool temperatures of paint to suggest the falling away of the form from the plane that faces the light compared to the plane that is in shadow or is turning slightly away from the light yet still in light. Coming back and making a little fine-tuning adjustment in the size and shape of the lids, the size and shape of the lights on the brow bones, trying to pull out a feeling of light, both eyes, and the feeling of the three-dimensionality of the form. Again, drop the iris right down under it as soon as you put the lash line in, and you notice, I hope, that you can't see the far corner of the eye in three-quarter view. All you could see is where the eyelash vaults over and the iris right next to the lashes on the other side. The eye that's nearer to us is wider than the eye that's farther away. This is one of the things that is characteristic of the three-quarter view. You're going to see less width in the features on the far side of the face than you do those on the near side of the face. We'll further refine the shape of the outer edge of the face by laying in some of the dark of the hair. It's amazing to me always how the form seems to come alive when you put that darkest dark next to it. And honestly, you could put this dark in much sooner than I have. Sometimes it seems to help to get a little bit of the shading in the face before you do this. Otherwise, when you bring the hair down on the right-hand side of the face, it's a little difficult to get that subtle shading while you're working with the hair as dark as I'm working right now. How much of that area is in shadow? And right away, I'm going to go ahead and lay that in. Notice also that there's a shadow up there at the temporal lobe, and it doesn't fully connect with the shadow that goes down the side of the face as it did in the other two views.
I hope you've enjoyed this program and learned the important measuring techniques to capture a likeness in the quick sketch in oil. Join me in a companion program designed to explore the different colors and values found in ethnic flesh tones when I paint two lovely young faces, one Caucasian and one African American. You'll be surprised, I think, to find how similar their flesh colors are when you see me demonstrate the painting of these two models from the same palette of flesh tones. But that's for another program. In each of the videos in the Illuminations series, I'll introduce and demonstrate concepts about painting that I haven't addressed in other programs. If you'd like to study more about portraits, you'll want to get Painting Children's Faces, which compares the measurements of the adult head to those in children. Collect these and future episodes devoted to the art of portrait painting. Until then, enjoy drawing with oils.